Hello students, a very good morning to you all, and today we are going to study our first chapter of physics, that is physical quantities and measurement. So before starting this, let me tell you something that in our day-to-day life, okay, what happens, let you are going to market with and you have hired a taxi for that, okay. So what the charge the taxi will take, it depends on the kilometer, on the distance you have traveled, okay. So first there is one thing, distance, okay. Again, when you are buying some vegetables or buying some eatables from a market, then you have to be very precise with the measurement of its mass, okay. So there are various things like length, mass, okay, time. So there are various physical quantities in our day-to-day life that needs very precise measurement, okay. So first of all, first thing which we need to study, that is area, okay. So I have written also that amount of surface occupied by an object or a place is known as its area, okay. So this is the whiteboard, and what amount of surface it is occupying, okay. So the amount of surface it is occupying is known as its area. If the board has been small, like this much, it must, if it has been small, it must have occupied a small area. It has a small area. If it is bigger one, it has large area, okay. So this is the thing, okay. Now let us see. This is an example of cylinder, okay. So what is the piece of paper required to cover all the portion of this cylinder is known as its surface area, okay. Also, you cover the book by a piece of paper. So what amount of piece of paper is required to cover a book is known as its surface area of the book. And also, what amount of liquid we can pour inside this cylinder is known as its volume, okay. So this is the difference between volume and its area. Area means by how much paper quantity you need to cover its surface, that's called its surface area. And what amount of liquid we can pour in it, maximum amount, is known as its volume, okay. So also we need some standard units, okay. We need some standard units because approximation is not very precise always. So there are some standard units that is universal, okay, that follows everywhere, and the unit of it is also known as a standard international system, okay. So for SI unit, for measurement of area, we have SI unit, that is standard unit, that is square meter. Okay, the first question that comes to our mind, that how much area is 1 square meter. So let us assume this a piece of square paper, okay. If the side of this square is 1 meter, okay, each side is equal to 1 meter, so the area that is inside this square will be known as 1 meter square, 1 square meter, okay. This is the thing. So this is the SI unit of area. Now there are various multiple of this SI unit, and there are also some multiple, okay. Now 1 air, ARE, okay, 1 air is equal to 10 meter into 10 meter, means a square field that has having side 10 meter, okay. So it will be having one air area, and that area is equal to 100 meter square. We can also write it as 10 to the power 2 meter square, okay. Again, there is one unit, that is hectare. 1 hectare is equal to 100 air, okay. It is air, 100 air, and 1 air, we know that 1 air is equal to 10 to the power 2. So it will be 1 hectare will be equal to 10 to the power 4 meter square. So 1 kilometer square, as we know that 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter, or we can say that 10 to the power 3. So 1 kilometer square So 10 the power 3 into 10 the power 3, that will be 10 the power 6 meter square. Okay. And as 10 the power 2 is equal to 1 air, so dividing it by 10 the power 2, we know that 10 the power, it is equal to 10 the power 4 airs. So 1 kilometer square can be said to be equal to 10 the power 4 airs. There are also sub multiples, that is millimeter square, centimeter square, hectometer square, decameter square, and so on. Okay. So let us see some figures and what is the area of it. Let us see. This is a square. In a square, it has all the sides equal. Means length is equal to breadth. Here A is the side of it. Area of it will be A square. Okay, A multiplied by A. Now in rectangle, the length and breadth are different. So what is it? We need to multiply length into breadth to know the area of it. Now triangle. In triangle it has 3 sides. Okay. And in triangle the area is equal to half into base into height. Okay. Again in circle, length of the distance between or of any point on the boundary and the center is known as radius. Okay. And area is equal to pi r square. And value of pi which is taken is 22 by 7 or 3.14. Okay. It will be given in the question what we need to take. So area is equal to pi r square. Okay. Now when we talk about cylinder, okay, as you know that there are 2 circular faces of it and one is the curved surface area. Okay. And its surface area is equal to 2 pi r h. Okay. Now in sphere, what is the example of a sphere? A ball, a cricket ball, a tennis ball. Okay. Now in a sphere, the distance between, so there is a difference between circle and the sphere. So in a sphere, the distance between center and any point on the sphere, okay, that is known as radius. So surface area is equal to 4 pi r square. Okay. And there is one thing more, that there are some surfaces which do not have a very clear boundary. It is irregular flat surface like a leaf. Okay. There is a leaf and it does not have a very regular surface. So how we need to find its area? We need to find its area by the help of millimeter or centimeter graph paper. Okay, how do we do this? Okay, there is a graph paper, you can buy it from the market also. Okay, each area, each block is equal to 1 centimeter square. If it is a centimeter graph paper, it will be equal to 1 centimeter square. If it is a millimeter graph paper, each block will be 1 millimeter square. Okay. Now place this leaf over this graph paper. Now let us assume that I have placed this leaf over here. Okay. So what we need to do, we need to count the number of blocks that has been occupied by this leaf. How many half block, near about approx. How many half block have been occupied? How many full block have been occupied? And by the use of this, we can know what is the approx measurement of area of this irregular flat surface. So this was all for today. Keep studying. Take care. Goodbye.